Good morning. Today I'm doing something a little bit different. I have talked about before that I'm going to introduce to you some of what I'm up to, and in addition to the cancer, which I did on the last video. And part of what I'm going to introduce to you now is more of what do we do moving forward? How do we manage what's coming for us? And a lot of it is going to be quite painful financially because it's not sustainable for us to be taxed at high rates as we are in an already very high priced environment, and which is going to cause many more than already have to fall out of financial security and into deep insecurity. And with the amount of homeless we're having at this point, it's just kind of frightening. And I'm really not sure what the answers are, but I am going to provide you with what I'm doing. So currently, and I'm going to just move my camera over so you can, oh, actually, it won't work because I'm using this background, but I'll put a picture as my cover for this. What I am doing is a very large garden. I have ordered 5 yards of soil and did a octagonal 6-foot length. So it's about a 15-foot inner circumference friendship garden. And there's a lot of history in terms of octagonal. And why would I go about doing it this way? Because I'm saying something in society that being able to share, being generous, being strong and resilient matters right now. And all of us need to do that. So this is a Three Sisters garden. And if you don't know what that is, you start out with corn, you go then and later plant beans, and then squash. And it is a self-nutriizing. In addition to that, I am going to do what's called an ever harvest. So when I harvest something, I will replant seeds and it'll just come back around. So this should be something that is sustainable, one, for myself, but two, for my neighbors, because I believe that food scarcity could become a problem. Now, I live in a zone that is a 12A, which means that I can grow year round. There are some things that I can't grow because I don't get the coolness at night that I need, but I'm a little bit more able than a lot of environments to grow a lot of really well and high sustaining foods, such as avocado, mango, papaya, all of your vegetables that you need, broccoli, cauliflower, my root vegetables, carrots. I have things like figs. So I'm doing a lot of things, a lot of variety. And my goal is, one, to be available to negotiate, if you will, trades. So that if I need something that you have, or you need something that I have, that we can negotiate. And I think that this is where our market is going, Pluto and Aquarius. So I'm just sort of getting on the bandwagon now. So I had gone just before all the tariffs started, and I know people are now online talking about this, that seeds are going through the roof. I invested in heirloom seeds, and I know that on TikTok there's a lot of people that were selling the heirloom seeds. Now, I didn't buy them from there, but I ended up getting a package very much like that. I ended up getting a couple of them. But I bought quite a variety of seeds this year, something I don't normally do. I bought a melon pack, I bought a tomato pack, I bought a pepper pack, I bought the general seed pack, I bought a medicinal herbal garden pack. So I did a lot of things that I wouldn't normally do in seed purchasing. Normally, I'm pretty good at repropagating. Now, I just moved into my house, and I just now, after 5 years, have an adequate place to garden. So I'm now kind of investing myself. And today I have 15 yards of soil being delivered, which I will be putting in an additional set of boxes that I have. Altogether, I will have 10 3x6 raised beds with my octagonal garden and many round pots with various things in them, such as coffee. So what I'm telling you is that with some work and planning and forethought, there's a lot of things you can do to help yourself. The grocery stores in general, now I'm going to just kind of slip into my cancer patient mode, are not safe in a lot of ways once we get sick. The high levels of processing, the packaging, all of it becomes issues that trigger me hormonally and physically. And quite frankly, when I eat like that, I just don't feel good. So I don't eat that. I walk into a grocery store literally and only shop the outer perimeters because that is the only place that is safe. And when I say that, I think that people don't realize that. Additionally, there's something else that there are some simple things we can do for our own mental health to cope with what's happening to us. There's an additional factor. Buy a bidet. If you don't know what a bidet is, look it up. Spelled B-I-D-E-T. What does it do? It is a water mechanism that you have at your toilet bowl that you freshen yourself each time you use the bathroom, and you take a dry cloth and you dry yourself. We haven't always had toilet paper. And if toilet paper is going to become taxed at some ridiculous amount, maybe it's time to reconsider. I happen to be allergic to it, which thank God. But again, my body is the tip of the iceberg. And it is telling all of us that the level of toxic products we put on, in, and around our body is not working for us. And I know for me, it definitely doesn't work for me when all my lymph nodes start swelling up because I'm using things like toilet paper. I realize this is a little personal, but I think people need to start thinking differently. When you go into the store and all you can think of is, oh my God, that's like $100 and it used to be 25. Well, I don't know. I'm exaggerating, and so please don't take that point literally. But I wanted to say that for the purposes of showing you the differences. And I know that, for instance, somebody who bought seeds was talking about the level of taxes they're now paying because some of these seeds come from places where we have a very large tariff. So I have a plan, and I hope you do as well. And if you do not have a plan, I really encourage you to start thinking about what your plan maybe needs to become, because I don't think it's wise at this time to sit around and to think this is going to get under control quickly or without us having a lot of pain. I think that right now all of us are going to feel the pain. I happen to be here in Hawaii, and a lot of what we have on this island is people being supplemented, and for good reason, because this is a colonized island. And without some supplementation to the local people, we literally crowd them out. And with billionaires from the tune of 37 of them buying on this island and then buying up huge swaths of land and making these massive estates that become worth $30 billion or whatever. I don't know if it's million probably, but it sounds like a lot to me. I mean, because I'm a humble soul. I live in a humble life. I'm not wealthy by any means. I live from paycheck to paycheck, just like everybody else. But what I have done is I've planned. And I hope you have as well. Because really, I think anybody who has not got a plan right now, this could become deeply painful. And I know for myself, I'm thinking about the kiki. I'm thinking about what are we going to do for our young people to feed them. That's important to me. So with that, please do like, share, and subscribe, leave comments, and tell me how you feel about what we're going through. What are you doing to protect yourself and manage the financial disruption that's upon us? And thank you so much for joining me, and the new people subscribing. Please like, share, and subscribe.